Hey, I'm Nubella Mae Allison, your favorite commercial actress and career coach. Today, I want to share some quick tips on how to memorize your lines without feeling stuck or stressed. What's the secret? You don't have to sit in one place and force it. You can actually memorize while doing everyday things you already do, like walking, washing dishes, or even folding laundry. So I'll walk you through how to make memorizing part of your routine so your lines feel more natural and easier to recall. Let's go. Okay, so you booked the job. Yay, right? Now you get the script and it's 10 pages long. What do you do now? I'm only speaking about scenarios that I've been in. And you may think that as a commercial actress, oh, you don't have a lot of lines to memorize. And typically for the commercial ads on television, you don't normally have a ton of lines. The commercials itself are quick, 15 seconds or just a little bit over. But what about for those commercials or industrial roles where you are doing full-on dramatizations of scenarios? And those I get booked on pretty frequently. And a lot of times they're for companies, either medical or technical, or so your dialogue is maybe not things that you are necessarily comfortable, not part of your normal everyday type of conversation. So that adds another layer of you're having to memorize this as this character. So you're creating this character saying things that you're not really used to or comfortable saying. So that's that level of it. I don't know. I typically am an advocate for people doing commercials and industrials because I think it builds up your skill set in how to develop characters and how to get comfortable with a lot of dialogue, particularly industrials. Sometimes I do industrials where I may be just speaking to the camera and I have to memorize, or speaking to the camera and then I'm using a teleprompter. I'll talk about that for another time, how to get really good with a teleprompter as well. That's another skill. But in this case, I actually recently booked an industrial that I'm getting ready to do in about a week or two, where I have a character, I'm a social worker character, and I have 10 pages worth of dialogue to memorize. And the producer asked if am I comfortable with that, will I be able to do it? And I'm like, yeah, I've done it before. And part of me is like, yeah, and another part of me is like, ah. But actually I've done it before, and it is a little scary at first. But one thing that's great about this is that it is a conversation between me as a social worker and a patient, right? So that makes it easier. I've had to memorize where it's not a conversation, and that's harder, where it's just you're pulling on your own mental cues. There are no cues in the conversation. But one tip that works for me a lot of the times is, I guess the technical term for it is active memorization, whereas where it is you are memorizing lines as you are doing something. So everyday activities. You can be sweeping, vacuuming, walking, washing dishes. You're saying the lines and it's becoming part of your normal movement. So muscle memory, I guess, is called also. So that is one thing that I really do a lot of, especially with walking, because you're walking and you're saying the lines. It's because you're becoming comfortable with it. It's becoming a part of you. You are exploring how you can say it differently. It becomes like you're internalizing the lines. That's helpful. I started doing that today, already got 2 pages down, right? So that's something to do that really works. The only thing I would say about that, not even to discount that at all, but get comfortable doing different things. So it's not that you're attaching to it, okay, when I say this line, I'm doing this, or when I say that line, I'm moving that. That's not what I'm talking about. Get comfortable. Get comfortable. 1 second, Maya. I'm recording something and I'm gonna leave that right in here. I'll be done in a minute. Get comfortable doing that with different things, so that if you can't move a certain way, you're not tied to moving a certain way to recall a line. That's not what I'm talking about. And also, fun little thing. This daughter, who I was just screaming back and forth with now, she sometimes helps me memorize things, and we'll go back and forth, and we'll do it in different accents. Maya, you can come in. I'm recording, but you can still come in. I'm talking about tricks that I use to memorize lines. Remember when you helped me that day and we were going back and forth and doing it in different accents?
Yeah.
So that, I don't know what strategy that is, or if that's even a real strategy, but it works. We did like a British accent. We did like what else?
Jamaican.
We did Jamaican accent. We did a country Southern accent. And that, for some reason, really, really worked, because it's a different muscle you're using to figure out how to say something a different way. And with accents, you really have to embody the character and the thing. So that's my tip. I have probably more tips and chunks and ways you can do it, but I think that's the most helpful tip to move and memorize. All right? Till next time.